Okay, am I live now? Because I thought I was live a second ago, but I wasn't apparently. But so, am I actually live now? Is that KB Chronic and Rich and Rob? How's it going, guys? And yeah, well, I hope it's functioning properly. Hey, Craft Clash, how's it going? Well, you know, while everybody starts showing up, how most fun. How's it going? Aloha, everybody. I'm going to, just cause, I don't know if that will surprise anybody, but to start off with, I'm going to play some Octortle. Just because of why not. And yeah, everything seems like it's where it needs to be. Wait a minute, no, I want to do one thing over here first. Let's do this. Boink. And then go boink. Okay. And get you out of the way. It's going okay, Jed. I mean, I'm here. It's Saturday, and yeah. What do I have here tonight? That one's going to be Ridge, isn't it? Oops, come on. Aren't I in this window? There we go. All right, there we are. I don't know what that one and the third one is. How about robot? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be rescuing the rescue tonight. Okay. Savoy, I guess. Okay. That helps me get something there. Smash, maybe. Okay. Making a little bit of progress then, huh? Youth. Okay. Turbo, huh? Right. And waste or paste? Yikes. And paste. Well, we got lucky on that one, didn't we? I'll take the luck, you know what I mean? All right, let's go do extreme. Using, of course, my habitual starting words. Stark is probably that over there, yeah. That one could be flown. What else could that be? I'm going to say it's going to be hound. What do you think? Okay. Did that give me a D anywhere? No. That could be tribe. That could be tried. It could be trite. Okay. Whale. All right. Slimy. Okay. Clamp. Okay. Lumpy. Okay, now we're down to just one. So what do we have? Tribe, trite. Let's try tribe. What do you know? Another one down. And so from extreme, we'll go to classic. Again, my favorite words to start with. Drain, brain, what is that going to be down there? Grain. A foul or something. Quoth, I don't know. Let's put in plum. Yeah, a foul. That one's probably swirl or something, huh? Yep, okay. I still don't know about. It could be drain or grain. I don't know. Let's see what else we get there. That's going to be quoth, isn't it? And swarm, I guess, yeah. And umbra. Space. Okay. And it's drain. Well, squeaked that one by, didn't I? So it was classic. Let's do sequence. There we go. And there we are. Cushy joint freak and plum. I'm not seeing it. What is it going to be? Oh, debut. And barge. And level. And world. And lusty. And guile. And heave, I guess. And allowed. All right, now it looks like I got a comment or two. I don't know, man. Me and war games, I don't know. Saint Decoy Grump. I think it's a preference maybe to a certain point, man. I think it's also like what letters does your brain cling to easiest, faster? You know what I mean? So that you'll, like which letters will tumble into words easier for you, you know? I mean, you're basically you just want to, because you don't know what the words are to start with, right? So it's, which letters, right? Just want as many different letters as possible to get started with, yeah? At least that's my theory. And I'm sure there's somebody who's way better at it than at this than I am, because I mean, I think I'm pretty good, but I'm certainly by no means, I think, the best at it. So what is? Let's go ahead and put it in plum and wage because we have the room for them. Plump and dress and flake and awoke and I'm not sure what that is. Novel. Okay. Spoon or Snoop? Spoon. Shrub. And Leaky. What do you know? Alright, well, that's enough of that. I'll come back and probably play some of the practice version later. But for the meantime, let's come back over to here and I'll think of something else to do. I have a little bit of my cold tea here. You know, it's a funny thing that even though the tea is cooled down, it's mostly room temperature at this point. When I bring it up to my mouth still does this preparatory, like, you know, it's expecting warm liquid to be there. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, there's nothing warm there. It's just, I guess, conditioning of. I usually drink hot liquids out of this cup, so. Yeah. Okay, what do I want to do today? To start with. Oh, and I still haven't washed a bunch of my glassware, which is horrible. I should clean it. But it means I'm using my pill jar. What do I get on this thing now? My Pink Floyd pill jar that was a gift from my sister, right? It's got the whole Dark Side of the Moon thing on it. But it's smaller, but wow. The dynamic of the show is going to change because now that my niece has moved out from upstairs, Jarrell has moved into upstairs because it's a bigger room than the room he was in. I can do a little bit over here. Let's put this aside for a bit. I'll probably come back to it. You know what? I'll do a little bit of. I'll save the large brush for the end, like I have been doing the past few shows. For doing the brush over there, whisper over here, but I haven't been using the craft brush much. You know what? Put on the headphones so I can hear how hard or soft I might be brushing on the mics, right? Okay, so let's see if I can. I may have to. I don't know how intrusive is the upstairs activity. It seems pretty annoying to me, but you know, human ears and microphones don't hear the same way, so. I don't remember if I've mentioned to you guys or not, but the past few weeks I've been on again, off again, watching this channel called the Baseball Bat Bros. I don't know what it is, but and it's not all the time, but every once in a while it amuses me. Let's brush over here a little bit too. Okay, that's enough of this for a minute. Oh, you know what? I haven't started off the clocks. Oh no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to figure out how to deal with the clocks, and then I'll come back. Okay, so let me go to this clock, boink, and what do I want to do? I want to start that one, let me do this. And I will just say, I guess let's do it this way. Just do it like that. All right. Okay. There you go. So there's another evil timer. So that'll take us to roughly 10:20 or thereabouts. And I will go ahead and start this one off. And now let me come back to OBS and see if everything is functioning as I'm expecting it to. And it seems to be. Okay. Hey Justin, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. And Crypto Ledger, hey, I didn't see you come in. How's it going? Glad to have you guys here. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, I think I got stuff back on track. I've been just sort of trying to figure out what I want to do for, I guess, I'm just going to be a little, well, I never really have much of a plan of action here, do I? But I feel like I'm even less organized tonight than usual. Okay, here we go. I will, again, my doodads. Start with the yellow one. Just because I said so. All right. Sometimes it does that weird little puffy noise. Do I like Glenn Campbell at all? You know, what's the Wichita Lineman thing, right? That's his big thing, right? That's a good song. There's some other stuff I remember. I couldn't tell you any of the names of it, but I remember as a kid that he was really popular. And I thought he was okay. I've never owned any of his records, or, I mean, the only song I know is the Wichita Lineman thing. Or Wichita Lineman, I guess. Lineman. Yeah, I'm fine. Nice to have you here, Vexing. Well, I will try to remember to do the tracing at some point, and I figure it'll be an appropriate time. So I usually just put off doing the tracing until you show up, but since you're already here, I guess I could just do it whenever. Got sometimes that weird little puffy noise, really. Yeah, I'm going to put the headphones back on just so I can, because I can't tell how much the little puffy sound is coming in. I mean, I want to get that little, I don't know. I think it sounds better in real life than it does on the microphone. Although I like the little, just sort of the basic crunchiness of it. less satisfying than usual for me tonight, but let's see how this one does. I tend to prefer this one to the yellow one anyway, but the green pill of invisibility. It's green, but it's just the right color green that it works for the green screen thing. Which, as you all know, I find super amusing. I've never read the Brothers Karamazov, I don't think. No, I have not. I'm trying to think, I have read some long Russian stuff before in the past. Oh, man. So have you started reading it? And are you enjoying it? It's also cool that you got a book at a bookstore. Thinking about. Wow. What would you do on this land, Justin? I mean, not that I think it's a bad or a good idea one way or the other. I don't know enough information, but it sounds, alluring just from the standpoint of, starting fresh with land, right? You know what I mean? Some like the John Denver song comes to mind. I've never been a big fan of Mac stuff. Not that I think it's evil or anything like that necessarily, but to be fair and honest, for transparency's sake, I haven't used anything Mac since I left the Netherlands the last time, and holy mackerel, when was that? 1998? So, my evaluation of Mac stuff is way out of date, but, well, I hope you're happy with your purchase and that it will do what you need it to do as a device and tool. Wow, that would be pretty fantastic if you could get the appropriate land and permits and all of that. I'm going to put this aside for a minute. I think I may go back and play a little bit more Octoral. I'm feeling, as I've mentioned before, I guess, a bit scatterbrained tonight, so. See, I just did it. Like I slurped the tea as if it was warm, but it's not warm. It's room temperature. Anyway, let's go over to here. Actually, before I do that, let me do this so it'll be already there, because I don't want that. I want this, and I want this back like that, and there we go. And let's go to this one here, and let's do that there, and oops, got another. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you're understanding about a change, and yeah, there will be another long one coming. I've also been having some ideas about, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't want to mention it now that I've said I'm going to sell this. I don't want to mention something prematurely, but I have an idea. Oh, wow. So how are you enjoying the green tea? This, by the way, is just peppermint. I still pretty rarely drink anything as far as tea goes anymore than matcha, but once in a while. I typically only keep the cheap, plain old, I guess it's just the Safeway signature, whatever the hell they call it, black tea, because I use it to make my own kombucha. And I have found that I find no value in putting any really good tea into kombucha. I mean, the critters change it so much chemically that, anyway. So there, it looks like everything is more or less in view. And yeah, I do still occasionally drink coffee, and I really enjoy coffee, crypto, but I am so overly sensitive to caffeine. I have to be careful in coffee for whatever reason, really. It's probably more than just the caffeine, but it makes me super jittery and just kind of, yeah. So I have to be very cautious and sparing about my drinking of it. And to a certain extent, the same is true with tea, but tea just started upsetting my stomach tremendously. So, yeah, that's not a pleasant topic. What is that going to be over there? With the F? Flyer? Okay, yeah. So is that going to be guilt or quilt or what? What's that going to be? I don't know. No. Okay. Fritz, I guess. A rare word with the Z in it. Yeah, kefir. I've been thinking about trying to make my own version of that too. I just haven't taken up the. I mean, I got to buy the grains and get more glassware. But yeah, do you drink kefir or do you make your own? All right, I'm going to put in plum. All right, so it's built and applied and Okay. Beach, I think. And what in the world? Genie? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. You know, I've never tried the water kefir. I've only had the milk kefir or kefir. I'm never sure how to say it, to be honest. So how did you like the water version? Usher and erupt, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I could see how it would have some kombucha similarity, right? Just because of the the fermentation nature of it, whatever. Hey Sly, how's it going? All right, I'm gonna say quell. Okay, and I'm gonna say cocoa. And those are just words they use with some frequency. I'm gonna say, how many do I have left? Okay, so I still have a couple of guesses to use. So I'm gonna say waved. Okay, so oh, wooer. Man. Biddy. No, Biddy. Doggy. And Daddy. This is Howie. That's almost, let's see if I can get one more in before the break. Hyper. Tweak. 50. Awoke. Don't know about that one there. Or this one here. So is that going to be Coven? Okay. Still not sure about that. Droll maybe? Yeah, what do you know? Gimme. And what do you know? Okay. And yeah, that's taking me to break time, so I will take a break, and then I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. right, I am back, and I'm going to play a little bit more Octortle, just because. Yeah. Let's do Plum. So that's going to be what tone, I think. That could be Bride or Bribe. Oh yeah, I remember that from when I was a kid. We used glow in the dark a lot, for like Halloween stuff, and it was probably worse back then than it is even now, just because of material science improvements or whatever. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I used to have those plastic like fang teeth things, that you wear over your own teeth as a kid, so you could be a monster, or a werewolf, or Dracula, or some nonsense. And they would glow in the dark, so you have to like leave them under a lamp or something. That's what I did. I just put it on the table or whatever, put a desk lamp over it, and charge it up, so to speak. And but yeah, it didn't last long. So what experiments are you doing? If you don't mind my sticking my nose into your business. Is that going to be ridge? Yes, it is. It's going to be folio, isn't it? Oh, it is bride, isn't it? And then probably gravy. Hey, what do you know? Snare. Oops, no, it wasn't snare. What is that going to be then? I'll have to come back to that. I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to say that's probably swore. Okay. And I guess that's going to be saner, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't know what else it could be. Study, probably. Is that going to be tibia? And ring. Motor. Oops. Or rotor, I guess. Yeah. And okay. Igloo, huh? Oops, what am I doing? And cycle, huh? Jeez. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. That's probably sound. And relay, maybe. That could have been repay too. I shouldn't have been so. That's going to be fetid, isn't it? Load. Okay. mogul, hole, and metal. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to I'm going to switch to doing some mastermind. I don't know why mastermind evaporated out of my head there for a split second. But anyways, let me get over to here and switch this from this to, where is it at? There it is there. And now I need to switch to boink. There we go. And let's start a game. As usual, I'll just go all red. And no red, so let's try blue. Let's do all blue. There is one blue. Stick the blue in there. And try the yellow. So yellow is in. I don't know where. Nor do I know where the blue is just yet either, but trying the green. Alright, so green is not in. Let's say that it's the blue that was correct and the yellow that needs to move right, because red means one's right, white means the other one's in but not in the right place. Okay. What do you know? Lucky guess on my part with the blue and the yellow. Not so much with the pink, so let's try the white. And alright, I'll try the left one just for, let's put the black in. Come on, there we go. Hey, what do you know? Good guess. Sitting on the floor. Interesting. Hey, we know where the blue goes anyway. Let's stick that there. Hey, well, so we got the blue, we got the red. Now I'm just going to try the left-hand yellow to see if it's the correct one. And toss in the green. Nope, but I did guess right on the yellow. So there is that. And let's put in pink. What do you know? Man, these are coming together pretty quick, aren't they? Okay, we do have blue. Sticking in yellow. Alright, I know where the yellow goes. I'll move the blue along. And try the green. Alright, I know that it's yellow is there. I know it's one of these two green. I don't know which, but the blue is taking whichever one it isn't, so. And I guess pink is next. Nope, but we know of the three colors that are in the puzzle where they go. Now let's try the white. Nope. And black. Nope, so it'll be the purple. Hey, what do you know? Are we out on time? Okay, we're all right. Now it's a matter of who goes where now, because they all three go there. I'm going to try, what's going to be a good way to just get them? Let's do this. I'm going to put the white there and just do the black, just to see what that gets me. So we now know the black goes there for sure. And I don't know which one of these the white goes in, but one of them anyway. Nope, so let's switch those. So we go black, we'll go purple, we'll go blue, and we'll go white. And what do you know? And there goes red is in the puzzle. Seems like we haven't had much red tonight. All right, here we go. We have both blue and red. And now let's put in yellow. Okay. And now we'll go like this. Nope. Still red and blue. Okay, pink's in. I don't know which of those two it is, but one of them for sure. And let's toss in white. All right, we're going to switch the white and the pink. And that should be the end of that. Oh, come on, there we go. Voila. And yeah, I'll play another one of these and then maybe I'll try to think of a different trigger to mess with for a few minutes. No red. Blue. Blue and yellow. Oh wow, blue and yellow in the right place even. Alright, now let's try pink. And no pink. We have the white. I'm not sure it goes in that spot, but we'll try it there first. Alright, we'll flip these two. Voila. Alright, yeah, let's do a different thing for a minute. Alright, so let's leave this window here, go over to this window here. And what will I do for 5 minutes? How about I tap on the good old chunk of wood? Maybe do some brushing on the end grain or something like that. Oh, interesting, cool. You know, thinking of the command line thing that you downloaded the 2 YouTube videos. I recently came across a bit of information about VLC, which is a media player thing. That it will stream the Internet Protocol television, which I didn't know until like sometime last week. And I haven't really dug around and found many links to, stuff to watch, but apparently that's all you need is the appropriate links, and it'll, well, actually it does. I found a couple, and I mean, the downside is that it's not on demand, right? It's just TV. So you need a TV guide. Man, I haven't used one of those in ages. Juge. Well, welcome to the live. I hope I said your name even somewhat acceptably. Well, I hope you have a good time here tonight. Thanks for coming by. It's, cool to have you here. I think it's funny that you're showing up, and then in just a little over a minute, I will be taking a break, so you'll show up just to... Among the first things you see will be me taking a break. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Freak on. Oh, the... Okay, there was the thing. It's time for me to take a break. Okay, I will be back, kids, in just a couple of minutes. Oh no, it did the Zoom thing. Stop doing that. There we go. Okay, I am back from break. Let's see what I've missed in the... Ah, you speak Portuguese. All right, cool. Well, from Brazil, right on, man. Well, welcome. Yeah, a lot of viewers came from that guy's channel, from the unintentional thing. Well, that's cool. Well, I hope you had a good time playing. So, you know, on that note, do I want to play more games? No, not just now. Oh, do I want to tap on, you know what I will do? Because I do know that we have the vexing is here, so what I do with my, there it is. Of course I have stuff in the way, always. Hey Edward, how's it going? Hey Michael. Okay, let's do a little bit of tracing on the labradorite, shall we? I will start with, let's see how I'm going to do this. We'll do it this way, I guess. I will do numbers first, starting with 0 going to 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we'll do the letters. Start with the lowercase. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I'll do the uppercase letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. There we go. Some tracing. Oops, easy. Thank you for the compliment, Neen. Oh man, excuse me. Hey Edward, how's it going? What am I doing now? What am I doing? I feel let's do, I guess, some crinkle stuff. How about that? I have the crinkle bag over here. We'll start with a new sort of duo thing. Well, first off, we'll start with the familiar thing of the metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Oh, thank you for that, Neen. Glad you like the tracing. Metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. I think makes a very good crinkle. Metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. And along with that will go the metallicized powdered drink film lid cover, I guess. But I think they're very similar because they're similar materials, aren't they? Holy mackerel. The meters are going crazy because of the transients off this stuff. It's crazy. Alright, glad you're loving it. Let's get a different crinkling thing going on here. Let's do the larger. This is one of my favorite plastic bags. It has this kind of rustly quality that goes with the crinkle. Oh, I'm glad that I've got the right level for you. Yeah, I tend to be pretty particular about certain sounds. Some sounds I'm pretty flexible with, not just like any of it, but crinkles are like, I tend to agree, it's pretty easy to get too harsh. But then it's one of those things, isn't it? It's different people like different speeds and, the whole thing, but yeah. But I'm glad I've got a good balance for you. You know what I'm going to do? Now, after having said that, oops, still bang things together. I do that way too often. This one I have to be careful with because it gets a little, there we go, but I like it nonetheless because it is the bag for this green suit. Wow, from Costa Rica. I'm glad you love my content. Do magic, I can make things disappear. Oh no. Oh no, it's all disappearing. Good night, Neen. Pleasant dreams. K diamonds. So that will be coming up soon. Back. And we'll be taking another break here in just a few seconds, and then I think when we get back I'll do K diamonds. Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. So I will be back in just a couple of minutes. Alright, alright, I'm back, but I'm gonna switch from this window here. Let me switch to the gaming window and switch this bit from this to where's K diamonds at. K diamonds, there we are. And there we go, K diamonds. And yeah, let's play some K diamonds, shall we? Oh, nice little chain reaction there. Not much of anything there. Oh, you know, the other day, I clicked on a video, which I've seen videos from this channel a few times before. It's the Lockpicking Lawyer, I think is the name of his channel. And I mean, that's what he does, right? He picks locks. But he also offers, advice about stuff that might be around the idea of lockpicking. Anyway, I found the other day I was watching him pick a lock and talk about the lock, and he had his little tools out, and the actual picks, I guess you would call them, I guess. Anyway, I was getting a bit of ASMR off of that. It's a very interesting thing, so I'm going to have to look more into his channel, I think. Interesting. It's not intentional, so something's not right. Thank you for letting me know. So what is not hooked up right? Everything is plugged in. 200 this. That's set to that. And maybe I got this set wrong here. Let me go to here. Yep, okay, there's the problem. Pop, 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 pop. And let's see if that fixed it. You should be good now. Sorry about that. I wonder how that got switched off. Trying to think what's the last thing I recorded. Drawing a blank. What did I do? Oh, I was working on a thing after Mind Test Monday and it failed, so and there was no video this week. I apologize for that, but the last time I would have used this particular setup in OBS would have been doing Mind Test, and it should have had the game sound working still, but oh well. Clearly I did something and forgot about it. Yeah, you know, I can't play at K-Diamonds without the sound, man. I mean, that's the... Well, the visuals are good too. I really like the gems they have in this game, and the way they fall and everything is very visually pleasing to me. So overall, it's pretty successful bit of stuff. Why is it doing that? Stop that, you stinking camera. Alright, maybe it's done with its nonsense. There's times that I'm not sure that the camera was worth the expense. Oh, is it frozen? Alright, hang on. Or maybe that's what, maybe the delay is. Okay. Man, there's a fly in here now. What a night. What a night. Not getting very many chain reaction ones going on here, are we? There we go. A little bit of one. I just realized I haven't been really saying anything for the past several minutes, and I'm drawing a blank at anything to talk about. Can't think what time is it getting to be. I've only got like 45 minutes left. What other triggers do I want to do tonight? I think I'm going to stop this for a bit. I'll leave it up because I might come back to it, just because I do like the noises of it. But I think I'm going to do some fiber flex sounds. How about that? We'll start, of course, with the wheels, because I like the wheels. Oh yeah, I'll do some beard brushing after a bit, yeah. Just forgot Stephanie's not here. If she is, she's not saying anything tonight, because she's usually chiming in about the beard brushing long before this time. have to warn Jarrell about the fact that noises do come down here. Between turpentine and... What are the pros and cons? You get that, I mean, I've never actually been in the same room with it, so I don't know how effective it is, but there's the, the Bob Ross odorless stuff that he's, sells it as part of the, well, I guess his company sells. Okay, I'll just tap a little bit here before. Break. Man, the time's going by quick. Okay, that's time for another break. And I shall be back. Okie doke, I'm back. What if I missed? Okay, beard brushing. Oh, there it is right there. I was like, what do I do with the beard brush? Okay, what I'm going to do, because it always gets in my way, turn these around. Okay, That's enough beard brushing for a minute, so let's do some tapping on the back of the beard brush, because I know there are those that like the tap on that, the sound of it. You know, I just thought of a sound I haven't done in a while. Just, What have I not done tonight? I haven't done the big brush and the painting, or the brushing on the mic yet, but I'll do that at the end before the lullaby. So I might. I'm gonna use the craft brush. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. The brush on the end grain of the chunk of wood for a bit, just because I do like that noise too. Are there any rare things I own? Probably somewhere. I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a minute. I don't know if they're rare, but they're not super common. My Rickenbacker 620. It's a guitar. It's from the mid to late 70s or something. I don't remember the exact date. Once upon a time I did know, but actually I don't know that I ever knew the exact date. I just knew the rough date because it was a guy that I had to some setup for me when I first bought it. Looked it up and I don't remember what anyway. But anyway, what's something that's genuinely rare? I have some masks that are from various places around the world. I suppose some of those might be rare of a sort, because they're kind of handmade items, you know. I don't know. I guess it all depends on the definition of rare too, right? Like I have a book called The Third Mind by Brian Geisen and William S. Burroughs, which is a collaboration about, that's called The Third Mind, right? And I suppose it's probably rare to a point. I don't know if it's rare enough to be collectible or any such thing, but I don't know whether that ever made it to any kind of seller's list or anything. I don't know. How about anybody else? Does anybody have any interesting rare stuff? At some point I'm going to have to get some other brushes and actually just paint some silly nonsense, you know, just to do some painting ASMR. we set 4 minutes or so. All right, let's do something else. What to do, 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 what to do. Well, I don't know. Here, let's crinkle this middle envelope. How about that? It's the one that has some bubble wrap in it, so it's both paper sound and bubble wrap sound. This will be the last break for tonight's show. And yeah, I'll think of something else to do, then we'll do that brushing, whispering, and the lullaby stuff to end out tonight. So I'll be back in just a couple. here, I'm actually just going to turn the clock off because there's going to be no more breaks. So, and you know, I'm going to go play. We don't need the white clock here either. There we go. And I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and then I'll do that brushing over there while I whisper over here thing. I really like that bit. That's one of the few things that I do that actually works for me. I mean, I'm not a big fan of my voice, to be truthful. I mean, I can sort of see why other people might find it pleasing just from general resonance or something, but what am I doing? Although when you do a wrong move, it can be kind of its own. Nice. So let's do some mic brushing and all of that to kind of wind down, I guess. Yeah, so here, let's go back to this bit here. And let's get out the paintbrush. Let me get a drink of tea here. Where'd my bar towel go? Well, I set it somewhere. So I'll just do like that. All right. Anyway, here we go. So we'll just start off with just getting some brushing going on to the microphones. Okay. So I will brush over there, but I will whisper over here, and probably do an occasional bit of soft speaking, but mostly whispering in a microphone that is not the microphone that I brush on. So I will be brushing over there, but whispering over here. And there's a moth or something. I have bugs all over the place tonight. So I'm brushing over there. And I'm whispering over here. And I'm brushing over there. Whisper over here. And I brush over there. While I'm whispering over here. And I brush over there. While I'm whispering over here. Am I afraid of death? I suppose there are times I'm struck with a bit of the mortal dread that I think probably strikes a lot of our brains at times, but for the most part, no. I am afraid of pain and discomfort, however. So I wouldn't want to die in a car crash or get beat up or shot or anything like that, because I just don't like unpleasant stuff. I'm brushing over there while I'm whispering over here. Well, just don't go running headlong into it, okay, Rob? I am brushing over there, but I am whispering over here. that's the same sentiment, James. Now I will close out tonight with yet again a rousing rendition of some half-assed lullaby. A plan B. Do, 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 See you next week, Vexing. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, that'd be a crappy death, wouldn't it, James? Thanks for coming by. And yeah, the rest of you, Rob and Mossbum, and who else was here tonight? I can't remember. Crypto Ledger. Yeah, I'm going to forget everybody's name. But anyway, thanks for coming by. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. Wow, was Howie. Well, good luck with dealing with that, Rob. Does not sound like fun. Well, I hope to see you next Saturday night, man. Hopefully things will be good in your mind by then. In any case, hope to see you all there.